Alright, got to do a little repair here. There's just nothing I can do about that since she sawed it off. But actually John sawed it off. But to prevent access from underneath here, I'm going to go ahead and just repair it a little bit by putting these wire things here. Yeah, ever since John decided to, I guess, destroy my fence, I got to protect it again somehow. So I'm going to go ahead and just put this here to at least so that there's no way for a cat to get through. But yeah, this is sad. Just so sad. I'm so glad we have court in 3 more weeks. Well, here it is, the 13th of April. Once again, I'm making a last-minute run to the post office, UPS, on behalf of my neighbor. Yesterday afternoon, she ran to the courthouse, didn't file that substitution of attorney, but filed another court-ordered answer and demand for me to appear in court. Yeah, like I said, I knew somehow, some way she'd find a way to try and drag me back into that courtroom, but this time with false accusations. Again, obviously, claiming that I am refusing, insisting is what she wrote, yeah, insisting on refusing to remove that lien on her property. I'm not refusing. Not at all. You know, the court was ordered by the commissioner to file that satisfaction of judgment upon receipt of that $405.80 that I settled for. And they didn't file it. And without them filing that satisfaction of judgment, I can't remove the lien. I have to have that filed. So I'm taking it upon myself today to go ahead and, you know, file a satisfaction of judgment. I got to run to the UPS to go get it notarized, because it has to be notarized, and then mailing a copy to the courthouse with that fee of $25, and then, of course, mailing a copy of that, another one, to the Ventura County Recorder's Office for a small fee of $89, and, of course, the notary, 2 of them, $15 a piece, so $30 there. So, yeah, that's how my Saturday is going. But I don't care, you know, I want this civil case to be over with. So I'm just going to go ahead and go remove that lien and see what else you can come up with to try and drag me into that courtroom. All right, currently at the UPS getting everything certified. Acknowledgement being done.
6 a.m. Time and day not set.
Hello, Robin. This is Scott Bentley. Good morning. Just wanted to touch base with you. Also, the purpose of this call, I've spoken to Ms. Crosnoe about the, your offer.
So I'm listening to Scott Bentley, attorney for Ms. Crosnoe, on the answer machine. So I pick up the phone because I could hear it. And he just informed me, yeah, that circus, that Miss Crosnoe has, she's having him file an emergency restraining order against me again. I'm like, excuse me, you know, I just removed the lien off of her property for that civil case in which I had to sue her for falsely accusing me of elder abuse, and she's got 7 other previous false restraining orders on record. And then there was David Alexander directly after that. So I told him he needs to contact my lawyer. Because at this point he is definitely maliciously coming after me for nothing. I've done nothing to the woman. I haven't spoken to her in over 1.5 years, 2 years, whatever. I mean, yeah, in the courtroom, but even then I haven't spoken with her. So, yeah. I'm just glad at this point in time it's being documented by whatever documentary thing that's taken place. On Wednesday, would that work, or?
Yeah, you kind of prefer afternoon, don't you?
Yes, I do. I prefer. Okay, so I just got the phone with Andy. The people doing the documentary, they want to be there. Hopefully they can be there if the sheriff shows up to serve me. Hopefully they can be there to catch it on film. Okay, so redone it and had to write out a different check. You know, I am torn right now because she just, you know, is in the process of getting a restraining order against me. And she's demanding I come into that courtroom on the civil matter because I haven't removed the lien. And I'm being told, well, you know, technically all you got to do is file the satisfaction of judgment. It's up to the defendant to pay that $92 to remove the lien with the proof of satisfaction of judgment. But, you know, I just want this all to go away. So I think I'm going to go ahead and pay the $92 and just at least show that I'm trying to make it go away. And hopefully they'll play in my favor in the, I guess, the new restraining order case that's going to be taking place against me by her. I still can't believe they're going to grant her another restraining order against me, even though it's already been proven I've done nothing to her. I couldn't resist. Her and John are out there, so I just said, you know, you're going to have to remove the lien yourself now. Because I ain't paying that $92, especially after she's clearly still trying to cause me grief. What a day today. Yeah, first thing in the morning, I get the call from the neighbor's attorney that they're going to issue an emergency, whatever, restraining order against me 1 week before the hearing takes place. You know, I personally do not see the urgency. I've never done anything to the woman. And not to mention, we're already going to be in court on the 29th, so what's the urgency, you know? I mean, it's a waste of court resources, a waste of the sheriff, but I still don't know, even if it would be granted, that ex parte, because maybe the judge herself is probably going, she's going to be in here in a week from now. So, yeah, I mean, it would make sense at the hearing if all of a sudden the lawyer for her said, how about if we do a mutual restraining order or something like that, just because that's what they do. But the week before, and demanding that I be issued an emergency restraining order. No, like I said, I've already proven once that I didn't deserve that restraining order, and that, of course, paperwork came from the Ventura County Recorder today, as fate would have it, saying that I need to issue a check for $92 instead of $89, and I forgot to add one number or something on the docket number thing. So I'm almost tempted to, not mail it back, because technically it's not my responsibility to remove that lien. It is the defendant's responsibility to remove that lien. The only responsibility I have is to file that satisfaction of judgment. And from that point, the defendant takes that satisfaction of judgment to the county recorder and pays the $92 fee, apparently, to remove it. And why would I want to pay that money now, especially after I realize what she's doing, that she's being mean and falsely accusing me again, the whole reason I have that lien. Yeah. And then tomorrow, the people that are working on the production, the documentary regarding the neighbor situation and the court situation that's arising from the neighbor situation, they're going to be here tomorrow. They're going to interview my daughter, and then they're going to come back here on Wednesday and interview me before the court date takes place. And then again, they're going to be there at the court and see what takes place. So it's going to be a rough week. I can already tell. Today's date is April 19th. Hey there, yeah, it's April 19th. And I did not see a sheriff today serving me with anything, and there's nothing listed on the website saying that there's an ex parte hearing taking place or took place. And then I heard from my lawyer, and he's like, well, first of all, you are due in court on the 29th. And that lawyer should know that you're required to be served 10 days minimum prior to any change of what's happening as far as an ex parte hearing, as far as, I guess, the reasons behind they're seeking a restraining order against me. So technically it's supposed to be moot. It can't be brought up because I haven't been served. And yeah, there is a timeline when you have to serve documents, and I do recall every time I've served anything that I had to get it in at least 10 days prior, and notice of that proof of service has to be filed. And so, I don't know, he'll probably still bring it up in the courtroom, or maybe I'll still see a sheriff at some point, but technically today was the cutoff date for me to receive anything as far as what's going to be happening on 4/29. So, I don't know. I just know at this point in time, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I definitely need coffee this morning. Yeah, it's going to be a rough one. It's Saturday morning, the 20th, and yes, as warned, Ms. Crosnoe was going to file, or her attorney was going to file a restraining order against me, and the ex parte hearing took place yesterday, and but it can't be heard on the same day as my hearing on 4/29 because there's a cutoff date of how many days they're required to notify me. So I guess I'll get a visit from the sheriff or be properly served at this point sometime next week, or maybe in that courtroom, since I am in the courtroom on the 29th. But it's on a different date, yeah. May the 13th at 8:30 in the morning again. She just will not let this come to an end. You know, she just will not let it come to an end. But clearly, there are no grounds for her to get a mutual restraining order. She has been the primary aggressor the entire 7 years now. And I've just been on, defense the whole time. And yeah, just way too many court dates. And I'm done with court. And well, I guess if the commissioner decides to grant her one, then she'll grant her one. But oh my gosh, yeah, it's not my imagination. My neighbor just is not nice. Well, at least now it shows that her attorney, Scott Bentley, is representing her. Again, I've never received any of the proper filings or services or just communication. Like I said, I know I've never done anything to the woman, but I guess apparently she's allowed to once again claim she needs a restraining order against me, a mutual restraining order, I guess, at this point. But I'm just so done with the court system. I really am. Clearly, I'm frustrated. The court system just keeps making me appear. I'm frustrated. I'm done with trying to prove the actions of my neighbor against me. I'm done with trying to disprove the false accusations of my neighbor against me. Why am I required to have to keep proving crap to the Ventura County Superior Court system when I've done nothing to that woman, ever? Yeah. I guess my goal at this point is to try and, convince the judge at the 4/29 hearing to maybe vacate that 5/13 hearing. I need to prove beyond a reason of a doubt I do not need a restraining order, and that my neighbor definitely still needs one. Again, I'm done. Well, it says there's a declaration regarding this ex parte notice, and Of course, I still haven't seen it, so I don't even know what I'm defending, right? Oh, gosh. Yeah. Living next to the Crosnoe circus. Worst neighbor ever, definitely. It really is just beyond me how I've managed to be sucked into this whole situation with my neighbor. Breathe. That's what my lawyer keeps telling me. Breathe. Yeah. 7 years of this crap. And I still haven't even done anything to the woman.